Geek Dad Life presents Toy Geeks, a live toy talk show. Tonight, we're going to share whether or not we back that Haslabs Razor Crest. We're also going to share our toy collecting tips and tricks. And then we're also going to talk about some variants already in Wave 2 of Masters of the Universe Origins. All of that and more tonight on Toy Geeks. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Toy Geeks. My name is Jay, and with me, as always, Sunday nights at 9 is John. John, how you doing, sir?
Doing well. How are you, Jay?
I am doing all right on this November something. My wife and I talked about it earlier. It's like this year's just been a wash. Like, really count this year when you're reflecting on how much time has passed because it is a completely lost year.
Yeah. I felt the same way when my birthday rolled around. I just didn't even count it.
Yeah, it's just like it's like a 0.5. Anybody birthdays this year is a 0.5. I had big plans for a fun birthday this year. Those got blown away, and it's how it goes. It's just how it goes. But excited. I mean, the one good thing out of 2020 is us doing this show. It has been a lot of fun. It helps scratch that figure itch, so to speak, or at least talking about it. When most of our time is usually working on the toy show, which is, who knows? Right. But hey, listen, there's a vaccine, so maybe we'll have toy shows soon enough that are safe and everyone feels comfortable going to. We'll see. But either way, excited to be here on the show tonight. We got. You never sent me toy hauls. Are you toy haul-less today?
Yeah, pretty much. I got one figure that I can show that I bought. It was a pretty stale week.
Well, I got a couple of things. that I can talk about today, including I want to film a scene that will be in a future episode or future review on the channel. So we'll do all of that together. Anybody that's here tonight, you get to actually be a part of filming a scene in an upcoming review. So that's the toy haul should be fun. We're also going to share whether or not we backed the Razor Crest, which we're just going to go right into that because I feel like it's very clickbaity to lead with that, but I don't know. So we'll reveal that first before we go to toy hauls. Then we'll go to toy hauls, and then I believe last week, and I can't remember who suggested it, but there was a question in the chat about what us as toy collectors are our tips and tricks. So both John and I will be sharing those. Myself, I'm just a long-time collector. I do sell toys at toy shows and eBay here and there, mainly just to feed the beast, so to speak. But John, as a long-time toy dealer, is a collector and toy dealer. So honestly, your opinion is probably more important in the tips and tricks, just because you do such a good job at getting amazing collections at really good prices compared to normal retail. So that will be there. And so I think we have a good show planned for tonight. Let's check the chat. People are already speculating about the Razor Crest. Did we or didn't we? Scott D says, I mean, you have to get it, right? Then review it on the channel. You can always do it. True. That's true.
Yeah.
Brad Brooks says, that's my bet. Plus, it looks incredible. We'll see. Old school Shinobi in the house. We should have a 2020 do-over. I agree.
We should.
Just reset the clock to 2020. But would we really want to have 2020 again? Do we really want to tempt fate? We'll just skip it.
Should we just skip 2021 altogether? Go to 2022?
Yeah, exactly. Let's go to an even year. Yeah, I think that's
right.
Yeah. That's a good idea. Jay Griffith says, I don't know. I got a lot accomplished as far as personal goals. Had a lot of time to work on me. That is true. In terms of we had all this free time. So if you made use of that, good for you, Jay Griffiths. You are what we all aspire to be. Classic Action Figures. Hi, all. Hello, Classic
What's up?
Action Figures. Good to see you. Tree Shaker. What's up, crew? Hopefully, the job interview happened this week. Hopefully, it went well. Or was that Thursday? I remember you saying you had a job interview. I hope it went well. Master Hoarder, evening, everyone. Hello, Master Hoarder. Todd Smith. Hey, guys, thank you for doing this specific topic. Was it Todd that recommended it?
Was it? Yeah, let us know, Todd. I can't remember who asked.
I just remember it being asked. I don't remember who asked it. There we go. Old school as well. How the interview go? Maybe he picked up the Force Link Wampa in time for a holiday display. It looks great, and only $15. Great price. Eddie Aguilar, hola.
Hola.
It's tomorrow. Okay, Tree Shaker. The interview's tomorrow. Again, everybody wish Tree Shaker well. He's got a big
Good luck
interview tomorrow. James Rice, what's up, guys? Hello, James.
What's up, James.
And Eddie Aguilar again. If you didn't get one, I'll send you one for review, but send it back. Oh, that's right. Eddie's getting like 17 Razor Crest.
What's plural for Razor Crests? Razor Cry?
Razor Cry, I believe. Yeah. Yeah, Eddie's got one for everybody in the chat. For helping us out on that one, Eddie. Tree Shaker says it's tomorrow. Feeling confident my cousin should be hopping on this chat too. All right, well, good.
Yeah, cool.
All right, well, let's just jump right into it. Did we or didn't we? This is like a Ross and Rachel, will they, won't they kind of thing. So let's get into it.
I was on a break.
All right, John, you go first. I feel like people probably be able to guess where.
No, big no.
Okay,
and I'll tell you why.
Okay, let's hear why.
Okay, so a lot of people's classic Super 7 Snake Mountain has been showing up this week.
It has.
And so a buddy of mine, I was talking to him over the week, and he got his notice. And just in talks, I decided to jump on entertainmentearth.com and see, because it had been sold out there. Their pre-orders were sold out. But it's back up for pre-order on entertainmentearth.com. Now, I didn't order it, but it kind of gives me hope, because I can't buy one right now. Like, the economy for a toy dealer sucks.
Understandable.
It kind of gives me hope that maybe, because the tooling was made, maybe Super 7 made like quite a few extra.
Yeah.
Because, Entertainment Earth and Big Bad Toy Store were the only places you could really get it on the secondary market. But anyway, that was like the nail in the coffin for me when I went on Entertainment Earth and saw like one thing I wanted to buy more than the Razor Crest was now available again. That was it. That was my big reason why I didn't get it.
That's fair. And really, I don't have room. It's either an Eternia or Snake Mountain. I'm going Eternia every time. But the cool thing about your display is you have a huge wall for your classics figures.
Yeah.
So I know you could display a Snake Mountain with the classics Grayskull. So I hope you get that one, because I think you have the ability to display it really, really well. All right, I'll get to me. So I had this in my cart the day this past, was it Monday?
Yep.
The day was. I had it in my cart, ready to go. Everything was set up, PayPal logged in and everything. And then the site glitched and it wouldn't let me pay for it.
Oh boy.
So then I tried again, reset everything, plugged it in, and it wouldn't work. It wouldn't let me process through. And then so after the 2 tries, I got cold feet. I was like, well, maybe this is the universe trying to tell me not to do this. Yeah. Like, I need to think about it some more. I'll come back later and try and figure it out. But the night went on. I just forgot to go back, and I didn't get it.
You know what? I think this is a good reason. When one glitch is one thing. 2 glitches, something was telling you not to get it.
I know. So, I mean, really, when the time passed, I think I woke up the next morning. I was like, crap! I never went back to get it. I was kind of like relieved, because I was like, while it would have been cool to review, it would have been cool to have it in hand. I have nowhere to display it. It's like, I think it was that day on Mando Monday or whatever, they showed the actual like scale of it, like sitting on that guy's desk, and it was massive. It was huge. So I knew there's no way I could display it, so it would be like buy, open, review on the channel, and then sell it. And at that point, I'm just like, I want to review something that if I'm reviewing something on the channel, it's because I want it. I really liked it, and I want to see if it kind of lives up to it. To me, it's I feel, and not that I don't criticize anybody for doing it that way, like buying it and then selling it, but I don't know. Like, am I going to be that honest of a reviewer? I don't know. Anyway,
Right.
I'll say it was a sign. Hasbro Pulse didn't want my money. And yeah, that was that. So, no Razor Crest to my wife's delight, I am sure. All right, let's check the chat on the reveal. A lot of crying, drum roll. Dave Chambers didn't back the crest either. I thought Dave was going for it last week. I had a feeling. So at least I'm not alone. Thank you, Dave, for being a support group here with John and I. All right, P-Dubs. Hey-o, P-Dubs in the house. Hello, P-Dubs.
What's up, Petey?
Master Hoarder says, yeah, Entertainment Earth had Snake Mountain up for a short time. Nightmare 10880. Good evening, everyone. Good evening.
Good evening.
Jay Griffiths, that Snake Mountain is glorious. Agreed. It's insane.
It is
unreal that exists.
People have been posting pictures with Origins figures displayed on it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that looks better than what I've been seeing with Classics figures displayed on it.
Agreed. Eddie says, where you located? In Raleigh, North Carolina. We're both in North Carolina, the triangle and triangle adjacent area. Mm-hmm. But I'm in Raleigh. PD Dubs, Order Space Mutant Skeletor classes from Big Bad Toy Store today.
That's a great figure. So it's just the New Adventures Skeletor.
Oh, yes, that is a good one. Because that one comes with, does that come with the Akala head?
That one comes with the battle damage faker head, I think, if I remember correctly. Demo Man came with the Alcala head.
Okay, that's right. Old School Shinobi, it was a sign. It was. I took it as that. But I still maybe was going to attempt to come back, but I just forgot. Which again was a sign that I did. Master Order, it's a sign. Eddie Aguilar, no. Again, Eddie, you bought like 75.
I know.
Send one our way.
There's going to be plenty on the aftermarket when Eddie gets all of his in.
Yeah, exactly. Old School Shinobi, gonna put on my Dropkick Murphys The Walking Dead t-shirt in honor of John. There you go.
I have that shirt as well. I have like 100 Dropkick Murphy shirts.
Scott D, boo, I can't buy it. I was hoping you could show it to me. I understand, Scott. I understand. But listen, there's gonna be this is one of those things. There's gonna be a million reviews on YouTube.
Yeah.
I know mine are the best, and I get it. But there's gonna be plenty of great ones.
They really are. They're very entertaining.
Oh, well, thank you. That's very kind of you to say. I feel like I put too much work into something because I have like 75 shots in a minute, and I'm like, am I really overdoing it? But I don't know. I like it. I have fun. That's the important part. Having fun. Remember the support group once it comes out. I feel like I'll see Crest photos and wish I got one. Oh, I absolutely will. The second I see the same thing with the Snake Mountain. I knew I couldn't get it. One, it's really expensive, and the space. And it's just like so I wanted, but I knew I couldn't get it. And it made it easier that I traded away my entire Classics collection to you, John. Because like, okay, I don't have one. I don't have a crystal to go with. I don't need it at all. This is perfect for me. I don't need it. But even then, sometimes I still buy things. Tree Shaker was with me. I said again, this got my eye on the TIC.
Must be the Vintage Collection X-Wing.
TBC, yes. Quarter of the price and fits my Empire Strikes Back display. Is that going to be a Target exclusive or something? I didn't realize they were another Vintage Collection X-Wing.
It might. Is it the one that already came out? There was one that kind of came out under the radar.
Yeah.
Already.
Yep. Dave Chambers says Snake Mountain is incredible. I didn't get that either, mainly because of space. Yeah, I agree. I mean, the one thing that is, and this maybe I should say for tips and tricks, but there is something to once you kind of have your room full. At this point, it means I have to take something away if I'm going to put something else that big in there. Eddie Aguilar said only bought 2. Oh, only 2. Eddie.
Oh, only 2 Snake Mountains.
Eddie Aguilar, I'll be in New Hampshire next year. Just saying. All right. I've never been to New Hampshire. No way. Maybe I have.
It's nice.
Driving through.
The Kankamangas Highway.
The collapse of society may prevent Hasbro from even completing it by this time next year. We'll see. Oh, it's already from last year. Yeah, that one. Okay. And then PD Dub says, I saw a vintage collection X-Wing at GameStop in Kansas. Okay. All right. So there you go. There's the news. For those that clicked it for the clickbaity reasons, hopefully you can dip out now. But hopefully you enjoy the experience of this show that you're going to stick around. All right. John, it is time for what we do every episode on Toy Geeks. We're going to share our recent toy hauls. I should come with a little jingle for that. That'd be fun. You went first last time?
Maybe I
can go first if you.
Yeah, go ahead. You can go ahead.
I think you went first. Okay. A couple things I'm going to review on the channel. I've been filming shots, and we'll get to those soon. But the first one is this item from New Wave Toys. They do those Replicades, and it is the Replictronics Dragon's Lair Arcade Mini Arcade. And it is, the review will be more detailed, but it is awesome. So I'm going to turn it on, and you'll see it start up. I don't know if you'll hear it. Maybe I'll put the mic to it here. Oh, it's going to take a while to heat up here. But anyways, and for those that play Dragon's Lair, it's like one of those legendary games because it used laser disc and it used real animation from Don Bluth. And it was also the first like 50-cent game, which is. Oh, there you go.
Oh, there it is.
Dragon's Lair, a fantasy adventure where you become a valiant knight on a quest to rescue the fair.
Can't really see the video on it, but anyway.
It sounds really good though for the tiny little speakers in it.
It's awesome. And the marquee lights up, everything. Even has the digital counter for the high score, just like it was on the original game. And what's great, it also, because I have a few of these already, so it has USB charge ports in the back to connect your other ones to. It also has an HDMI out, so you can plug this into your TV and play it on a big screen if you don't want to play it on the little device. But it has normal clicking, full clicking buttons, joystick. And then they did this really cool detail because this was the first Laserdisc game. So they actually recreated a mini Laserdisc player.
Oh my God, that's awesome.
And then like that was in the game. And let's see, let me take it out here. And so it's like a legit replica. And it actually has a little mini Laserdisc.
That is too good.
And so if you are an action figure collector, these things are great because they're in 1/12 scale. They're 12-inch scale. 1/6. So you can, if you have any Hot Toys figures or anything like that, it's to scale with those figures as well, which is really cool. But really love this one. Wait for the review. The game is still ridiculously difficult to play, but it's really neat because the thing is with that Laserdisc, it always broke down. It's really hard to find a real upright that actually still is playable. That arcade I went to in Nashville had a Dragon's Lair, and it was unplayable. You couldn't even really play it because the lag was so bad with the Laserdisc. But this one doesn't use Laserdisc, and it's great. So really cool. Check out newwavetoys.com. They're doing an Asteroids set that looks really cool. So excited about that. All right, and then next up, I have this plan for spoiler. I have this plan for as we get closer to Christmas to basically redraft my childhood Christmas lists or Christmas picks or whatever. And you know what a lot of us base those off of when we were kids is the old Toys R Us and toy books, big books.
Yep.
So I got a huge lot off eBay of vintage Toys R Us Christmas books, pamphlets, catalogs. So I'm really excited about that. But there might be a couple others in here that we can cover on a future Toy Geeks, like this one that I completely forgot about. But the FAO Schwartz collectibles.
Oh wow!
So 1997. And they straight up had like replica lightsabers and stuff signed by Mark Hamill, and I completely forgot about these. So, you know, that kind of stuff was cool. And then they had this, which brought back a lot of memories. Let's see. Here it is. The first episode 1.
Oh wow!
Star Wars Toys R Us night. So again, just a lot of really cool memories like that. So it was a pretty neat pickup. Excited to do that video. I think I have one from 1989. So I think I'm going to start with that one first. So basically redrafting my 1989 Christmas. And what's cool is I found video footage of a lot of my Christmases growing up, and I have video footage of Christmas morning 1989, which I'll be able to like splice in to show what did I actually get in 1989 with what if I was picking today, what would I pick out of those catalogs?
Oh,
all right. So that's just a teaser, something coming down the line. Okay, last thing is this. I got the Trap Jaw.
Awesome. Is that the American?
This is the American. Now, the reason I said I wanted to film something for tonight's episode is usually I have like a scene where I open it up and then it's just part of the video, right?
Yeah.
But a recent thing has been jumping around on the internets, and that is, and it was in the opening title here, there's already a variant apparently with these trap jaws. Have you heard about this?
I haven't. No, this is new to me.
So, and I think it's maybe the earlier ones, but some of the trap jaws have an articulating point on the arm. So if you see here, so one doesn't do anything. It's just straight in. And that's just kind of a swivel cut, essentially. But some of them actually have an articulating point at the arm joint there.
So it almost goes, it's sort of like a butterfly joint.
Kinda. I don't know if it would actually move up or down that much.
Right, because it's going to be like kind of close into his body, right? So it might not be that effective.
Maybe not. But you know us toy collectors, like, well, I want that one.
Yep. That's that's a new straight arm variant.
Right? And so this just came in today, and usually I would just wait to kind of film all of those scenes, but I once I found this out, I need to open this on the show tonight to find out if this trap jaw is the straight cut one or this articulating arm one. And I'm the type of person I really would only like to have one. I don't want two. But if it is the straight cut one, now I'm going to have to search out for the one that articulates,
right? Because
that's the disease.
And like, what's your first thought? Like, which one do you think is going to be the rarer version?
My guess, this is how I think it probably went down. Is they probably started with this one, right?
Yeah.
And then they realized that since it is so close to the body, it probably didn't really do anything. And they're probably like, well, we'll probably save money by just having it be a straight cut. It doesn't change the playability at all because it doesn't really have room to pivot that much. So let's do this one instead. So I would think the one with the articulating point would be more rare, but that's my thought. What do you think, John?
I agree. I agree with that. Is that the one on the left is first issue. The one on the right was the replacement. Based on cost, it's one less moving part.
Exactly. And you've done toy production stuff. Like, how much could that add to the cost of the figure? Like maybe a ballpark. Would you have any guesses?
I mean, it's another piece in the tool, like in the steel tool. So, I mean, it's actually two more pieces in the tooling. So it's definitely more expensive, not only like cost wise for plastics, because it's not just one fixed piece in the shoulder. It's two pieces in the shoulder.
Yeah.
So, it's just more cost effective for them to have the one on the right. So that's why I think that's going to be the common. That's the refresh.
And the thing is, if it's sealed in the box, like, is there a way to delineate which is which? Probably like a production number somewhere.
Yeah. You're just gonna have to open it and find out.
We're going to. Okay, so I do like having a video of me opening it up as I say, like, opening up the package. So I'm going to turn on my fancy camera right here. Okay. All right. So we've got it right here. You guys, let me go full screen here. So this is going to be featured. This video right now, part of it is going to be in my review of this Trap Jaw figure. So every here tonight, you were all a part of this. We're all in this together. All right. So what's the over under, John? Do you think I've got the pivoting arm Trap Jaw?
Nope. I think it's going to be the regular straight pin. No articulation.
First, ouch, that hurts. Secondly, why? Why do you think that?
Because it's the American version. The European versions and the Canadian ones came out. They were been in production for months and months ago. For them to be out in hands right now.
True.
But so I think if we're going by the articulated version is the first one, the articulated version will be the European carded figures.
Okay. All right, here we go. Drum roll. Well, let's see. I got a drum roll in here. Hold on. I'm too slow for the drum roll. I'm opening it up. I'll make sure I'm getting in shot here.
I'm so excited.
Oh man. Yeah, this is why you tune in to Toy Geeks Live.
And you're also opening an unpunched card. That's like a cardinal sin.
Sorry, people out there. All right, I'm really nervous. Let me cut the little rubber bands here.
It all comes down to this. Maybe it's a third variant.
Oh my God, what if it is? Here we go.
The little nub on the inside is going to be pink.
Oh!
Look at that. Well,
oh snap! Yeah.
So there goes my theory.
Well, it's who knows? Who knows where this is articulating. And this is a US card back. Who knows? There's no numbers or unique numbers on here that I can see. But maybe people will be more inclined to know. But yeah. So
can you put it back on him and see if there's actually a range of motion?
Yeah, let's see. Let's see if it's worthwhile to hunt this variant. Let's see. All right, let's see if we can. Oh wow.
Oh wow.
Oh wow. Okay.
That's a game changer.
That makes a difference. That totally makes a difference. Wow.
So it's going to be like blind box hunting, trying to get this guy now.
That is okay. I was hoping it wouldn't make a difference just for collectors out there. But now that I have the right one, I don't care. Whatever. Okay, I hate how they bag these so tight.
I know it.
But yeah, let's give him the old hook. You're a crook, Captain Hook. Judge, will you throw the book? Yeah, look at this. This is freaking God. They do it again with the articulation on these figures. But
so
yeah,
good.
Articulating at the elbow. God, that is freaking cool. All right. Well, hopefully our estimations are wrong. And going forward, they have the articulating point, and everyone will get the articulating point. That's my hope.
That's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping I get that one.
No, I wanted that one.
It's not the same. Gonna have to do I won't swap the fig return in a different package or anything now. I won't put it in a Marvel Legends box.
Oh God, Hopefully nobody out there does that. But man, okay, this trap jaw is cool as hell. All right, well, there you go, folks. You saw it here. You saw it live. An American carded trap jaw had the articulating arm effect.
Awesome. I'm
going to turn this camera off.
Thank you for letting us all be a part of that, Jay.
Oh man. All right, let's go to the chat. Old School says you should have put this in the title so the Vegas odds makers could have gotten in on the action. I probably should have, but it was kind of a last minute thing. And then how do you even put that in the title? It's like, does it or not if there's a very words. People don't read. All right, classic episode. Oh yeah. Nice to know. The non-articulate one in the pick may just been a one-off production error. That looks like a completely different thing.
Yeah.
And I saw this in God, what was it in? One of the MOTU Origins groups on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
And if I remember correctly, people in the chat had it either way. Old School says Variant Mania strikes. Old School somebody, as buyers rush to grab these off the shelves to find the variant, it will drive up the value of the non-variant as well.
It really will. Seeing as how you have to open it to find out.
Exactly. Master Hoarder, finally an articulated arm trap jaw. Jacob said, so do you then try to hunt the variant? Nope. The only one that has the most articulation.
I think we both just read the same comment.
I need a cigarette. Mine was the same and also a punch. Oops, sorry, John.
Hey, I'm fine with it. I'm fine. I'm an opener as well.
Anyways, really, all right. I'm not going to be distracted by this trap jaw, but he's cute. He's cute. I am going to put a call out there though, because the Wave 3, like we talked about last week, is already in Europe. If anybody listening to this or watching this is in Europe or Mexico or Canada or anywhere that gets them and wants to send them to John and I, send us an email to where is it at here? I think I got it somewhere. toygeeksshow@gmail.com. Hit us up. I'd love to review one or get him in hand early, and then help my buddy out, John, as well.
And Jay does fantastic reviews.
Thank you. That's very kind. Very kind. I try. I know there's way better people out there. I know there are, but I just try to have fun. All right. That was an intense call reveal for me. But John, what do you got for us tonight?
I didn't really get that much. I picked up another collection of DC Classics figures. Just I don't know, I think 10 of them, just a little smattering, you know.
I love the Red Tornado.
That's a great figure.
It is.
What else do I got here? Had a Dr. Fate. Dr. Fate's a good one.
Oh, I love.
He was from the Giganta Wave.
Mm-hmm. That Giganta Wave was one of my favorites. Blue Beetle. Yes.
Yep.
That's
He's missing his gun though.
Really?
Yeah.
That's lame.
Let's see. I got a Mantis, the flying Mantis, with his wing cape thing, wing suit, whatever. A Firestorm.
Superpowers one, but I do get that's the more accurate comic.
Yeah, I do like the Superpowers one more.
It's so completely different. But
and then
go ahead.
For myself, because that's inventory. For myself, I found the McFarlane Joker.
Oh, nice.
The Rebirth Joker.
Dope. I have not seen that one yet. Your Walmart's like really on. You get that at Walmart again?
Yeah. $15.
Still,
they haven't fixed it. And
oh my God.
And I think some other dealers must have caught on to this because every time my Walmart does a restock on the DC figures, which is happening very frequently because of how fast they're selling.
Yeah.
Within a day, the pegs are cleaned. And
Wow.
they restock well. They'll be, 18, 20 figures, whatever. Pegs are loaded. I go there the very next day and they're all gone.
Dang. That's crazy. Well, I mean, $15, why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
I need to make a trip to your Walmart. Holy. Well, that's cool. Nice. I love that because it looks really neat in pictures. It looks awesome. So I'm sure it's great. Is it great in person?
It is. This is probably my favorite Joker body. I'm not too crazy about the face.
Yeah.
But his the coat part.
Yeah.
Even though you can't remove it, it's definitely a soft rubber, and you can feel that there's body under there.
Oh, cool.
And his coat tails are really soft.
Cool.
So they did a really good job. This is my favorite body for a Joker figure.
I love that. I love that we're getting, because the problem with a lot of, or at least like DC Classics, for example, or DC Universe, I'm sorry, DC Universe Classics, are that the capes are so rigid and hard. I would much rather prefer cloth goods, but some of the capes they're making now, or the plastic cloth they're making now, is a lot more malleable and soft. To where the Scareglow, for example, the cape there is like a rubbery plastic or whatever, but it's a lot softer and it actually mimics the soft goods more than the really hard cape of, say, the MOTU C version,
Yeah, and it's you can bend it and it won't get that white crease in it you just damaged the plastic. I like it. They're doing good. And with all the announcement of that Last Night on Earth Bane Builder figure wave, have you seen that? I know it's been teased, but they just showed what Bane looked like this week.
Was that on his Facebook page?
I think so. I think he teased it.
I usually keep up with this stuff on there, but let me see if I can pull it up right quick. We also have, let's see, official page. Hold on. First, we have this here. John and Jay, did you see the new glow in the dark Memra available at Big Bad Toy Store?
I did.
It looks really cool. Let me pull it up here. Yeah, here it is. Glow in the dark. Looking dope. That's a good glow in the dark figure. That's a one that works. It makes sense to the character and the story.
Yeah, because there's a lot of glow in the dark figures that have no reason being glow in the dark.
No business being glow in the dark. But yeah, this is really cool. And I did get the glow in the dark Baxter Stockman, which was fun, and Bug Zapper blue. That makes sense. But this is really cool, especially the accessories too. Looks really, really neat. So yeah, that is on Big Bad Toy Store right now if you want it. See, old school show me McFarlane's awesome dude. Love his independence and philosophy. Dave says, John, where do you sell in NC? There's no toy shows happening.
Yeah, in NC toy shows, but on the daily worldwide on my eBay store. I'm trying to think what it's called. It's not like I ever have to look at it. It's like having to know people's phone numbers. Hero Source Toys. I think if you could just Googled an eBay store, Hero Source Toys. Or my username is Small Plastic Heroes, all one word, no spaces.
And I think I'm trying to remember. I have linked to it before on the channel. But I'll link to it again after record. If I remember, I may forget, but I have linked to it before.
That's all right.
Let's see. Gotta get the snowman from Hook Mountain. Thundercats Ultimates fig, still have it. Was the only Thundercats figure I ever had. It's again one of those kind of leech figures where it's in collections always.
It really is.
Right? And it must be something about the big figures that grandmas, aunts, and uncles getting a toy for a kid. Just that looks cool. We'll get that one.
Yeah, it's bigger than the rest. We're getting more for our money.
Exactly. That has to be it.
Yeah.
Again, Leech is big too. Still have the original. That is Old School says, "Wow, that's incredible even for a non Thundercats collectors." And again, Master Hoarder agrees with us. Awesome character to be glow in the dark. All right, so that's that. And then you said, I'm trying to see if I can find it real quick here on the fly.
Yeah. The wave is called The Last Night on Earth, which, if I remember right, it was just a one-off DC story. So it wasn't like a full series, like a multi-issue series. Maybe he didn't,
like on his actual like personal page or something.
Yeah, maybe it was on his personal page.
That's where he usually posts his videos and stuff. Because the Kickstarter spawn looks amazing as well.
Yeah, it does.
What's coming your way, because we are in production, so you've seen
cool.
all the various pieces. Look at
pause it there, but mute it. Like, looks so dope.
I kind of wish I ordered it.
Oh, okay. You didn't.
No.
Is it already done? Is the Kickstarter done? Can we not get into it now? Is it too late?
I think so. I think it's done.
All right. I do not see it here, so maybe it was somewhere else.
Yeah, that's all right. That's all right. It's not even. I don't think it's going to get released until February, maybe.
Yeah. All right. One last MOTU Origins thing that I did want to check in on. I think we talked about it last week for Zodak. Mainly, our big question, the question on our minds and everybody else's in the chat was, is Zodak going to have a hairy chest? Well, we got an answer to that, or at least as far as I've seen in this packaging photo. Now, again, you can take everything you see on the internet with a grain of salt. But according to this picture, where it did not have the armor on, that is wax chest.
It looks
Zodak here.
That just looks wrong,
right?
Without the hairy chest.
I know. So I know a lot of people have been kind of poo-pooing the knee joints on the female figures, as well as the kind of little booted feet on the Beastman and what will probably be Stratos. But for me, Zodak needs a hairy chest. Call me old-fashioned, but I like my Zodak with a hairy chest. But yeah, it is weird.
That guy is waxed. Nope. It doesn't look right.
Right? It's so stupid that we'd make that. It just doesn't. Looks weird. It looks really weird. It ain't natural.
It's going to be some custom Beastman bodies getting painted.
Right? Yeah. That's a bummer. So there you go. There's an answer to last week.
Oh, well. Disappointment on the Zodak.
It is a classic. So there you go. And listen, we heap a lot of praise on Origins, but we're not just, some corporate shills for Mattel. We'll let them know when we don't like something.
Mattel isn't signing our paychecks.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Let's go to the main topic for today, which is toy collecting tips and what are people saying?
I'm just like, it's almost 45 minutes in and we're just getting to the topic.
This is a talk show.
I know.
Sometimes take 45 minutes to get to the point. We're like the action figure The View. We're just take a lot of banter. All right, so no Austin Powers chest from Bareback Zodak. They're gonna do a hairy chest exclusive. It will be flocked. That'll be a $30 upgrade for that flocked hairy chest. Wait, Zodak doesn't come in. I think it must be a production error that didn't have the armor on there. Old school show me. I need a chest pelt accessory pack. Zodak. And Master Hoarder encapsulates it well. The fuck?
Oh boy.
All right. Toy Rust.
Oh, thanks, Rust.
Nobody says that Jay has a great laugh, because I don't. It's high pitched and annoying.
Oh, sure you do.
people. I understand it. That's strange because Beastman has the furry chest. Okay, well, they have the tooling.
Yeah. And that's how the OG one was.
I know. You just use the Beastman chest.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe this was just a production error.
Maybe that armorless picture is just fake news.
Fake news. Sprinkle a little bit of Salt Bay on that one. We don't know for sure yet, but we'll see. All right. Main topic. Toy collecting tips and tricks. So I can't remember who asked it last week. Maybe that will be another variant you have to unpack 5J. Good point, old school. Good call. And at that point, old school, maybe you can help me on the title for the episode, so that way we get the Vegas odds makers involved in that. Okay. Somebody asked last week, do you have any tips for toy collectors out there? And we thought that was a great topic. Mm-hmm. And as we're prepping for tonight's show, John called that back. And I do think it's a nice one to dig into. So toy collecting tips and tricks. If you are a toy collector, what are some tips and tricks that you and I have, John, to help toy collectors out there? And in there, I shared a picture of my my action figure wall, which is probably my favorite view in the toy room for me. If you've watched my toy collection room, it's not anything that new. But if you notice right now, sometimes I just put stuff on the USS flag because it's essentially a floor table. And my kids have been playing with my time machine from, I don't remember who. But anyways, it's sitting there right now on the runway, ready to take off. But so, John, you are a toy dealer. And you always get really good deals on toy collecting. So what's your first toy collecting tip?
For buyers, for new stuff, I'm going to say for new figures. So say you want the newest wave of Marvel Legends. Okay, so if you find them at retail and you're happy, that's great. That's awesome. Yeah. The week that a newest wave comes out, don't do it. Like, don't just buy it, off of eBay. If you say, if you didn't pre-order it. And okay, so the newest that Joe Fix-It wave from Marvel Legends, the Joe Fix-It Build-A-Figure wave. Yep. So I found that at my Walmart quite a while ago. They got it in really early, and I bought it just to flip it. I'll say it, but there was only one wave. I wasn't like a hoarder. I didn't buy 3 sets or whatever. So as soon as I got home, I listed them. And the Kang figure was going for, at that time, like $40. Yep. The Jocasta figure was going for like 30, between 27 to 30, and so on. So I was making a little bit, and the Joe Fix-It figure was going for like 120. Yep. Well, I sold it all like within the first day, but I went on and I saw some of the prices now, and like everybody but pretty much Kang and Thunderstrike are going for less than $20. They're going for like $14 or $15 on eBay. Yeah. So I would say, like, my biggest piece of advice for somebody that's collecting new figures, just wait. Even like, I would say, don't even pay retail, because the people that are like feverish about collecting it, they have that that need, like, I need it right now and I'm going to pay whatever. But to me, like, that's not the smart way to do it, because you're going to get it a heck of a lot cheaper if you wait a month. Yep. Even buying it on eBay. Yeah. That's probably my biggest tip for new stuff. For vintage stuff, if people are out there, like, if they're vintage collectors, and so most recently you got some Centurions figures. Yes. And like, those figures are amazing. I love Centurions, but they came with a ton of parts. And whether it's the figure that came with, like the set, like, I can't remember what his accessory set is called, the one that he comes with, but he comes, like, they made the depth charge for him, the C-Bat, a bunch of stuff. Yeah. if you're going to get into collecting those things, buy them complete. Don't get the figure and be like, oh, I'm going to piece it together, because you'll spend twice as much piecing it together. You know, like I just sold some Centurion's parts. And like the parts alone are like, you know, $20-$25 just for like a missile or a gun or something like that.
Yep.
But you can get them complete for like $60.
Yep.
But I think it goes with anything, whether you're collecting G1 Transformers and
especially for Transformers.
Yeah.
Don't buy one incomplete thinking you're going to save money piecing it together, because the parts, you're paying double if you're trying to piece it together.
Yeah, definitely. Anytime you want to collect something and you're going to get into it and you see like how much it is for a complete thing, say if you're at a toy show and it's in front of you, it's complete, don't hesitate. I would say just get it. Don't cheap out on like an incomplete one, because if you do try and piece it together, between shipping on parts, you know, like even a missile, you might spend $5 on a first class package to get just a missile or a gun shipped to you.
Yeah.
So that's probably my biggest piece of advice for a collector. If you are trying to get into selling toys, don't. It's a racket. We have friends that are toy dealers that pretty much only sell new toys, and they have wholesale licenses.
Yep.
You know, and they buy wholesale. If you're doing that, you have to flip the stuff quick, you know, especially if you're buying cases from Entertainment Earth. Like, you need to flip that stuff quick before it does go down in value, you know, within a month.
Yep.
And that's really hard. You have to get a really good constant customer base. But if you're trying to get into being a toy dealer, and you're just going to say buy stuff off eBay and try and flip it, or find stuff at yard sales, like that's getting really hard. Because everybody's trying to do it, especially right now. People are working from home. They have a little bit of extra time. And there's all kinds of platforms to sell on outside of eBay, you know, Marketplace, Instagram, Let Go, Offer Up, all that stuff, Mercari. The profit margins are getting very slim, very, very slim.
Yeah, it's true. Because it's kind of like the wells kind of dry up, you know, it's harder and harder to find, you know, attic finds and stuff like that. For sure. 100%. Yeah, really, really good advice there. Let's check in on the chat too. We have people giving advice as well in the chat. I thought this was hilarious. Phoenix with the straight fire. Phoenix Richardson, I save all kinds of money because I only collect Hasbro Target exclusives. Meaning I assume that you just never find them.
Yep.
Master orders with you. I only buy complete. A couple of things here on patience.
Yes, patience is number one.
Always deals to be had. Also, toys are cyclical right now. Vintage Joes are crazy expensive, but vintage Star Wars figures are quite affordable. That's a really good point. And I think that's really in any investments. Never buy if it's like super hot and super high. You've already missed your chance to get it cheap. And it is cyclical because, you know, I bought my pop-up Saber R2. I got super mint, crispy mint. Got it for $100. At one point, it was going for more than a yak face. It was going for like $550 for a mint complete pop-up Saber R2. I probably should have sold it then, but I was like, I'm never going to try and find one. I have one. I don't need one now. But I'm sure it's a lot cheaper now for a pop-up Saber. Maybe you know how much a pop-up Saber R2 is going for right now.
Yeah, like $250, $300, I think, for a nice one.
But so, go ahead.
Yeah, like you said, you know, Star Wars, it got crazy high expensive when The Force Awakens dropped. like you could name your price if you had Star Wars stuff at a toy show. You could just put it out there for really whatever you wanted.
Yeah.
And it was almost sickening what stuff was going for. And even figures like like common, like the Cantina aliens, like, the regular Snaggletooth or Greedo, Hammerhead, like those guys were typically $10 a dozen. And then, say what?
There still are, like, they made a crap ton of those figures.
Oh yeah. But at that point, like they were, $25, $30 where they had no business being that expensive at all.
Yeah.
Joe's are hot right now. I think that happened because of the toys that made us. It was the same thing from Masters of the Universe, from the entire spectrum of every series of that.
Yep.
Don't buy when a new series drops because of it. Don't
buy before.
Yeah, buy before, or wait like 4 or 5 years. If you're still into it, start then.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, 100%. Buy low, sell high if you're going to sell. But yeah, I think my advice is a part of the patience angle. But the thing with, if you're collecting vintage, most of the things, even the rare items, in terms of vintage, they made a crap ton of them in the 80s, like an obscene amount. So be patient and just wait it out, but you have to do the groundwork. If you're playing that game, you have to go to toy shows. You have to kind of scour. I don't really do Craigslist anymore, but I used to scour Craigslist. I used to scour Facebook Marketplace. I still kind of check Facebook Marketplace. Go to the flea markets. Go to yard sales. You got to do the legwork. But if you do that, 9 times out of 10, you're going to come across even the most extreme of grails. So for me, all of my grails that I have, did not buy them off eBay. Found them in the wild. So the Eternia playset, sometimes it's good to have a good network. So somebody knew that I collected toys. A friend on Facebook, it was like, hey, my buddy has this large childhood He-Man collection, and he's thinking about selling it. Are you interested? And I was like, oh, maybe. I already had a Grayskull. I already had all the basic play sets and a good amount of figures. I'm kind of like you, John. At the time, they came and went in terms of what figures I sold and stuff. But he's like, no, I think he has the Eternia play set, and it's like the ears, but what? And then it was, he lived 2-3 hours away, I think. And he sent pictures. I'm like, oh my God, this is like a complete Eternia, and it has the tracks and everything. And, was able to negotiate a really good price. And not only that, but it had everything. Eternia complete, Grayskull complete, Snake Mountain complete, Fright Zone complete, ton of figures, just about every figure save for Scareglow. It had hordes. I mean, it had a lot of rare figures. Later, my Clamp Champ, so many rare figures. And so, I just really talked to the guy. I made a connection with him. And I was like, listen, I do sell toys to like buy more toys, but this thing, I will keep all of these. And I'm not trying to flip these here. But I'm also, this is what it's worth. But this is what I can pay. And I think the whole collection, I think I spent $500 or $600 on the whole collection. And that also included all the original Masters of the Universe magazines. I have every single issue of the Masters of the Universe magazine.
Wow.
It was a really great collection. That was from having a really strong network. And then the USS Flag. That one was just scouring Craigslist, just checking the toy sales on Craigslist. And one of the guys, he was selling a Fisher Price Little People houseboat. That was the listing. And typed within the listing, his wife did the listing. Typed within the listing, I think it was the last sentence in the listing said, I'm going to be posting more stuff. My husband has a whole bunch. He even has that G.I. Joe aircraft carrier. It was just a sentence in that listing. I was like, what? So it's just sent a message like, hey, one, I like Fisher Price little people for my kids. They love the little people. So I was like, I'm interested in this, but can we talk about that aircraft carrier?
Yeah.
Because sometimes, you don't know. Like sometimes it might be like, oh, it's some generic crappy Walmart aircraft carrier or something.
Yep.
But it ended up being, no, he had a complete USS flag, nothing missing, every single piece, except it was missing the gun for
Keel
Haul. It was missing his gun. Other than that, 100% complete. I mean, so much GI Joe, like the Tomahawk is from like Sky Striker, like everything you see here, including the Terradrome, is all from that collection. But not only that, but had tons of He-Man. Most of my G1 Transformers are from that collection that I picked up. It was an insane collection, all from one last sentence in a Fisher Price Little People listing. So all of that is to say, you have to do the groundwork, you have to do the legwork, and if you're really into it, especially for vintage, you just gotta keep looking, and the stuff will show up. My personal policy generally is don't eBay. Like, don't buy it on eBay. Can't buy it on eBay because that's cheating. Everything's on eBay. Unless it's a more rare piece that I may never find in the wild. Like there's one that I am looking for, the Peter Pan sword. I think I've said it before on this show.
Yep.
It's apparently so rare, but I got one for Christmas whenever that was, 91 and 92. And I'd love to have one again. And I keep an open eye for that. But other than that, have to buy it in the wild because you will get it for significantly cheaper than if you're buying for full price. But if you have the money and you just want it now, go for it. But my thing is just do the groundwork, do the hard work, and you'll be able to find most of anything eventually for significantly less than retail.
Yeah, because even going to toy shows that both of us have been at, we've seen Eternia playsets, we've seen flags, and I think the most common thing of finding a flag at a toy show is they're ready to make deals on it because they don't want to take it home because it was a hassle to get it there to begin with.
Yes.
So I think if you're looking for a big piece like that, whether it be, the flag Techno Terradrome, the Defiant Space Complex.
Defiant, yeah.
Yeah, and we were at a show. You had thought about buying it because the guy didn't want to bring it home and he had a great price on it.
Oh, it was such a good price. But again, I wanted to fit it. I should probably share it again. It's not, you can't see it here. Whenever I do my 2020 video, basically I wanted it to the right of the flag. So Terradrome, flag, and then Defiant. But even in this space, which I think is 20 something feet wide, it couldn't fit.
Yeah.
So it was like, I don't have room for it. So I'd love to have a Defiant, but I just don't have the room.
You can't fit a Razor Crest. You can't fit a Defiant.
Right? And if I had to choose, I'd much rather have a Defiant than a Razor Crest. Personally. Because I skew vintage. But yeah, and again, you kind of have to force rank those things because I think we all have a certain finite amount of space. And I'm thankful for having a finite amount of space because it would never end if I didn't.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think again, it's like, what do you love the most? What do you have a personal connection to? And you stick with that. Stick with those things. And I think Classic Action Figures brings it up well. It's like, try to go to toy conventions, especially as a feature product line that you're into, and don't be afraid to ask for a deal and be friendly. 100%. Toy shows, you will absolutely get a better price than eBay prices.
Yeah.
I can almost guarantee it. Not to mention you're not paying shipping. And the dealer themselves are saving money because to sell stuff on eBay there's a lot of fees that are involved with that, plus the shipping and all that kind of stuff.
Yep.
And again, the big thing, be friendly. Don't be a jerk. Like, be kind. It goes a long way. And again, most of the dealers are collectors themselves and they're passionate about it too. So it's very easy to like strike up a conversation and make a connection with someone.
Yeah. Especially on a Sunday at a toy show. Sundays are always the worst.
Yeah. Yeah. usually a ghost town. And again, that's if you're fine seeing what's left, there's like two sides of a toy show or a toy convention. You want to be there either as they're setting up or like be the first one in to make sure you get the best looks at everything. First pass.
Yep.
Past that, maybe first before 1 hour to the day before that first hour. By the last hour of the last day.
Yep. The less that a dealer has to take home is such a good feeling.
It is, because there's been times myself, and I know you, John, as well. It's just like, I don't want to take this home.
Yep.
Especially if it's like a show like Greensboro where it's a long drive home. And absolutely, 100%.
Yeah, I've gone home from a show empty-handed one time, and that was amazing. That was amazing. That was when I bought oh Jesus, I had like 1,200 Funko Pops that I got on a
you tell me that story. Yeah,
it was the most incredible deal that I got. Real quick story: I got them from somebody who did like product care reviews for Funko.
Mm-hmm.
So how a pop comes and is received by a store, because Funko Pops, the collectors, they need them to be mint.
Yep.
So essentially, this person got them sent to him in the same manner that stores got them. And so he was just like, product review. How did it show up? Is it damaged or not? And it gave Funko an idea like, okay, we're doing it right or we're doing it wrong.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, he wasn't a Funko collector by any means. So I think I bought close to 5,000 Funko Pops. And I think the very first 2 days, I didn't get them all at once. It was the course of like 2.5 weeks, maybe. And the very first pickup, I tried to get more valuable ones so I could flip them that day.
Yeah.
And that very first afternoon, I had made everything back on the entire purchase.
Wow.
On maybe like 100 pops, because it had gone back to like, 6 years of pops. So he had all the convention ones, everything, store exclusive conventions. Most of them that he had were already vaulted, and he had rooms of the stuff. So I sold, maybe 80% to customers at the show, and it was a 4-day show, so it would made it better. And then that very last day, I had made a deal with another dealer in the morning. Whatever I have left at the end of the day today, I'll give you less than wholesale prices on them. So he was happy about that, and I was really happy about that. Just at the very last day, especially when it's not your tables that you had to bring, you just grab your keys and get in the car and leave.
Amazing. I've never had it, and I probably never will, just because I just kind of bring what am I filtering out of my collection. It's just kind of like what I have. But yeah, that I've seen it happen. It's a glorious thing. And yeah. Some thoughts about here on Pops. Ross says, I don't have one Funko Pop in my collection. No hate, not for me. I was going to get my pet monster pop, but I decided not to do it. If you don't follow Ross on Instagram, I think it's Tales of the Thrift Store Keeper. I think that's it. I follow him on Instagram. But he's a great thrift store hunter. He always posts really good finds. But the problem here, at least from my perspective, in North Carolina in general, our thrift stores suck for toys. They're really bad.
Yeah, I've been trying to hunt them out around here. We have one that I haven't been to yet because they have weird hours. But we have a Habitat store, a restore here.
That might be better.
But it's not so much just like the building supplies as a lot of other places. It's more like a thrift store, sort of Salvation Army, where people just drop off everything from the house that they don't want anymore. And I usually go there once a week. I've got some pretty good stuff there over the past couple weeks.
Oh, really? Okay.
Like some vintage Power Rangers individual Zords for Megazords, and they're like $1 a piece. And I'll usually get like 15 or 20 bucks a piece for them.
Well, I have one right close to my house, one of those restores. I have to go there. I always thought it was just like housewares and stuff.
Yeah, some of them are mostly building supplies.
Okay. This one's a smaller one. It actually took a place of an old like wicker store. Believe it or
Oh
not.
yeah, I remember that place.
Yeah.
The Wicker House, or it's right across from that Sheets.
Exactly, which is like literally I could watch.
It's at the top of the hill. Yeah.
So we have to go over it. Maybe that it has different things. That Wicker store always fascinated me. I was like, this has to be a money laundering business. Nobody goes. And when we were closing, like when they're going out of business, my wife and I, we went to it and we're like, well, maybe they got some good stuff in here, or maybe it'll be a great deal. It was literally all wicker furniture from 1987, and it was not discounted at all. And I was like, it was maybe like 20% off, but like a set was still $2,700 or something. I was like, okay, this was definitely a money laundering business, because there's no way anyone ever bought these. There's no way.
It's not even wicker anymore. It's just petrified wood.
Yeah, exactly. You just sit there and just fall through it. Yeah, there's a set my grandma had, and she still has. Anywho. All right. Well, here we go. Here's this thing. At Tales from the Thrift Keeper. There you go. Check them out in the Instas. James Rice, same here in NorCal. Not as many as there was when I lived in SoCal. SoCal's got it like Salvation Army. I grew up in San Diego. I felt like they had a lot better ones. When I worked for some Silicon Valley tech companies, I would go when I was in Mountain View or whatever. I would go to, and it was not as good. But the one thing I would say here in North Carolina is the Goodwill stores are way more clothes focused. Like the toy centers are awful. And I don't know if it's because that's what they donate, but they just never have enough. Our Goodwills are awful, and Goodwill's are awful in general, just their business model. That's a whole other thing.
Yeah.
Let's see. Tree Sugar says, you guys having Scott Toy Guru on again soon? He said he wanted to come on again, but I honestly haven't asked. Probably when it seems right to do it, we'll have him on again. James Rice says, junk and clothes here. Yeah, that's honestly what most of our Goodwills are. But the tip about Restore, maybe I'll again, it's literally across the street, so I'll go down the road there. I'll check it out.
And you might like it because there's my Restore has a lot of vinyl too. Like there's a lot of vinyl CDs. I always look in the books. I always look in the DVDs. Because I mean they're $1. And some of them are brand new. I just picked up the season 1 and 2 in The Office for $1 because it's leaving Netflix and I'm not going to pay for the Peacock.
Okay, I'm not paying for Peacock either, but this is not a toy collecting tip. But sometimes, I don't know if you have an Apple TV. Maybe it's something you have an Apple TV.
I don't.
If you have an Apple TV or an Apple product, you don't. That's right, you're an Android user. Okay, but if you're an Apple user, on their thing they'll sell the complete series for pretty cheap sometimes. So I picked up the complete. They usually sell for like $19. So last time it was on sale, I bought it for $19, knowing that it's going to drop Netflix complete series. So if you have an Apple TV, you just stream it just like you did on Netflix, but it's just on iTunes. But you own it forever.
Pretty cool.
And yes, I'm a big vinyl collector. And thrift shops are usually pretty good for that. But there's a couple, if you're in the Raleigh-Durham area, hit me up. The best vinyl shop in Raleigh and Durham is in Durham. It's called Carolina Soul. Fantastic record shop. Great record shop. All right. Yeah, Ross, like your thrift stores, man, the stuff, I'm like, so good. So good. All right. There you go. Any other final tips, John, before we wrap up tonight's show?
No, be patient. I think that's key. That is key. Yep. And most of the commenters said it as well.
Yeah. Because in this day and age of the internet, you can buy again, say for really, really rare stuff, you can buy anything at any time, but that's going to be more expensive.
Yeah.
And even say you're independently wealthy, good for you, first of all. But second of all, like there's not much of a challenge. Like there's not even a hunt at that point. Like, so really be patient and you'll be able to get good deals. Like there's not a single figure in my collection that I overpaid because, I wasn't patient. Just be patient. And if you're going to do eBay, do it like John does. Like you have to kind of do the groundwork. Refreshing, and deals do pop up, but don't pay full retail.
Yeah. And if you're going to buy on eBay, Buy the biggest, like if you're going to buy a big collection, try and make it worth your while when it comes to shipping and all that. If you want to get into collecting GI Joes or Transformers or something, and somebody has a decent lot, that's usually a pretty good way to go, because you might save half the price. But that's also how I make my money, is I typically buy as big a lots as I can and then split it up.
Old School says also know when to pre-order. That's a good point, because sometimes, again, it's like being aware, like being connected, being engaged, because you don't want to be, after the fact. Like say wave one of the Super 7 Turtles, like those are going for, again, I don't blame anybody for balking at the price, the full retail price, but they're going for way more than that now. And if you want to get it now it's even more expensive. Or Masters of the Universe classics. Like there's just certain lines that have gotten way more expensive since they were. All right. Of course, Eddie. How do you contact you, John? I have 3-pack of the Spawn Kickstarters. I don't mind letting one go.
You can send an email to you can get in touch with me through toygeekshow@gmail.com.
Yeah, I'll forward it to you.
And forward it to me. Yeah.
You're on that email. Right?
Yeah, I gotta re-download it on my new phone. But yeah, toygeekshow@gmail.com. I'd definitely be interested, Eddie. Definitely interested.
Help John out. Come on. Help him out. Help a brother out. All right. That's it.
Any pre-orders in bulk. It's like the Costco or Sam's Club of pre-ordering.
Listen, Eddie, I'm impressed. Color me impressed, man.
Yeah, all the power to you. I think it's awesome.
Exactly. That's cool. That's cool. If I didn't have kids, absolutely. All the pre-orders. All the pre-orders. Todd, thank you for doing so. It must have been Todd that did it, because it's Todd. It has to be Todd.
It has to be. Yeah. Who mentioned this topic? Who asked for it?
Go back and watch the show. But we talked for a long time.
I never go back and watch any of our stuff. I don't want to watch myself again.
I have to live with myself all day. I don't want to listen to myself even more.
It was Todd. Okay.
All right. Good. All right. Good, Todd. Great topic, Todd. Good job. All right. There you go. That's it for tonight's Toy Geeks. We will be back again next Sunday. And again, like Todd, if you have any suggestions for future episode topics, send them to toygeekshow@gmail.com. That's right. That's the email. It's right there. It's scrolling down at the bottom of the screen. There it is. Hit us up. Thank you again to everybody in the chat. We love you all. We have a great time every night.
Yes.
And again, thank you, everyone. And as Old School says, have a great week and be safe all. Couldn't agree more.
Absolutely.
And until then, hasta luego. And goodbye.